Hey everyone, Vincent here. Today I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know about retiring to Ireland in 2026. If you've been dreaming about spending your golden years in sunny Spain with affordable living costs, world-class healthcare, and amazing food, this video is for you. By the end of this guide, you'll know exactly what visa you need, how much money you'll have to prove, and the complete step-by-step process to make your Irish retirement dream a reality. Let's get started. Before we dive into the visa details, let me tell you why Ireland is becoming one of the hottest retirement destinations for Americans and people from around the world in 2026. The natural beauty is absolutely breathtaking. We're talking about rolling green hills, dramatic coastal cliffs, charming villages, and landscapes that look like they're straight out of a fairy tale. The culture and history are incredible too. Ancient castles, traditional music and cozy pubs, literary heritage, and festivals happening year-round. The people are genuinely warm and welcoming, and there's this amazing sense of community wherever you go. Ireland is also extremely safe with very low crime rates, especially outside the major cities, so you can truly relax and enjoy your retirement. The quality of life is exceptional. You get excellent healthcare, both public and private options, a strong social infrastructure, and if you're over 66, you can use public transportation completely free. Plus, Ireland is an English-speaking country within the European Union, which makes the transition so much easier for American and British retirees. You get the best of both worlds, the comfort of speaking English combined with easy travel access to all of Europe. All right, here's the important thing to understand up front. Ireland doesn't have a visa specifically called a retirement visa, but they do have something called Stamp Zero permission, and this is exactly what you need if you want to retire in Ireland. Stamp Zero is an immigration permission designed for people who want to live in Ireland without working. It's perfect for retirees, people of independent financial means, and anyone who can fully support themselves financially without needing to work or access public benefits or services, which is why private health insurance is mandatory. And here's another really important point to understand. Time spent on Stamp Zero does not count toward Irish citizenship. If you want to become an Irish citizen eventually, you'll need to switch to a different type of visa permission that allows for citizenship eligibility. This is the big one, so pay close attention. The financial requirements for Stamp Zero are quite substantial, and this is where a lot of people realize whether this visa is realistic for them or not. As of 2026, you need a minimum annual income of 50,000 euros, which is about 54,000 USD. If you're applying as a married couple relocating together, you need a combined income of 100,000 euros, which is about 108,000 USD. Now here's the good news. It doesn't have to be an even split between spouses. One person can cover the majority or even all of the income requirement. The income must be from accessible sources that you can actually use to live on. This means pensions, social security, investment dividends, rental property income, or savings in bank accounts. What they don't accept is speculative investments or money that's tied up and not readily accessible. On top of that annual income requirement, and this is really important, you also need access to a lump sum of money for contingencies and unforeseen expenses. This lump sum should be approximately equivalent to the price of purchasing a property in Ireland, which is generally around 100,000 euros to 250,000 euros depending on the area. This is essentially your emergency fund to show you can handle unexpected costs like medical emergencies or major expenses without becoming dependent on the Irish state. You're also required to have private medical insurance with full cover for medical emergencies and hospital stays. This ensures you won't be using Ireland's public healthcare system. The insurance must cover everything that the public health system would cover: doctor visits, specialists, hospital stays, surgeries, prescriptions, and emergency care. Now here's a unique and critical requirement that trips up a lot of applicants. All of your financial documentation must be verified and certified by an Irish-based practicing accountant. You can't just submit your own bank statements and call it a day. You need to find an accountant in Ireland who understands overseas banking and financial documentation, and they need to certify that your income and resources are both sufficient and readily accessible. This adds an extra layer of verification that the Irish authorities require. Let me break down exactly what documents you'll need for your Stamp Zero application. Make sure you screenshot or take notes on this section. First, you need a valid passport. It should have at least several months of validity remaining and enough blank pages for stamps and visas. Second, you need comprehensive financial documentation. This includes recent bank statements, pension certificates showing your monthly or annual pension income, investment account statements, recent tax returns from your home country, and all of this must be presented in a specific tabular format with everything converted to euros, showing your monthly income and expenditure clearly. Remember, this all needs to be certified by that Irish-based accountant I mentioned. Third, proof of private medical insurance. This must be a policy with no copays and no deductibles, valid for at least 1 full year, and it must provide full cover in private hospitals in Ireland. The insurance company must be authorized to operate in Ireland. Make sure to get quotes from providers like VHI, Leia Healthcare, or Irish Life Health before you apply so you have this documentation ready. Fourth, you need a clean criminal background certificate. Americans need an FBI background check, while people from other countries need a police clearance from their home country. This must be recent, typically issued within the last few months, and it needs to be apostilled or legalized according to Irish requirements. Fifth, you need proof of accommodation in Ireland. This can be a rental agreement if you've already secured housing, a letter from a hotel showing a reservation, or a letter of invitation from someone in Ireland who's willing to host you initially. Many people start with short-term accommodation and then find permanent housing after they arrive. Sixth, you need your birth certificate, and if you're applying with family members, you'll need their birth certificates and proof of your relationship to them. Marriage certificates for spouses, birth certificates showing parent-child relationships, and so on. All documents that are in a foreign language must be translated into English by a certified translator. While Ireland uses English, if you have documents in Spanish, French, or other languages, they need proper translation. And remember, certain documents need to be apostilled according to international standards. Here's your complete step-by-step roadmap for the Stamp Zero application process. This can seem complex, so I'll break it down clearly. Step 1 is gathering all your documents. Start this process at least 6 to 12 months before you want to move, because it takes significant time. You need to get your financial statements together, find that Irish accountant to certify everything, obtain your criminal background check, arrange your health insurance, and organize all supporting documents. Don't rush this step. Thoroughness is absolutely critical. Step 2 is submitting your application to the Department of Justice's Immigration Service Delivery. This must be done before you enter Ireland. You cannot apply from inside Ireland on a tourist visa. Applications made from within Ireland will be rejected. You'll complete the Stamp Zero application form and submit all your required documentation by mail or through the online portal. There's an application fee you'll need to pay as well. Step 3 is waiting for processing. Applications typically take 4 to 6 months to process from the date they receive everything. During this time, the immigration authorities are reviewing your finances, checking your background, and making sure you meet all the criteria. Be patient during this period, and make sure your contact information is current so they can reach you if they need additional documents. Step 4 happens after approval. Once your application is approved, you'll receive what's called a conditional letter of offer and agreement form. This is essentially your pre-approval to come to Ireland on Stamp Zero permission. Now, at this stage, what happens next depends on whether you're from a visa-required country or not. If you're from a visa-required country, like Iran, Pakistan, India, China, and many others, you must then apply for a D-Reside visa at your local Irish embassy or consulate. You'll submit your conditional letter of offer along with your visa application. The D-Reside visa is what actually allows you to enter Ireland. If you're from a non-visa required country, like the United States, Canada, Australia, or most European countries, you don't need that D-Reside visa. You can travel directly to Ireland once you have your conditional letter of offer and agreement form. This is much simpler for Americans and other non-visa required nationals. Step 5 is traveling to Ireland and completing registration. Once you arrive in Ireland, you need to send a signed copy of your agreement form and your passport to the Domestic Residence and Permissions Division of the Department of Justice. They'll stamp your passport with Stamp 0 permission and return it to you. Then you must visit the Immigration Service Delivery Office in person to register and receive your Irish Resident Permit card, also called an IRP card. This physical card is your proof of legal residence in Ireland. There's a fee of €300 for the IRP card for long-term residency. You must complete this registration within 90 days of arriving in Ireland, though they're usually understanding if you can't get an appointment within that window. One important note: if more than 6 months pass between receiving your conditional letter of offer and actually moving to Ireland, you may be asked to submit updated financial documentation covering the intervening period. So try to move relatively soon after getting approved to avoid this extra step. Understanding the renewal process is crucial because Stamp 0 is not a one-time application. It requires ongoing compliance and annual renewals for the first 5 years. For your first year, you're on that initial 1-year Stamp 0 permission. Before this expires, typically about 6 weeks before the expiration date, you need to apply for your first renewal. You'll need to show continued compliance with all the conditions. That means proving you still have the required income of €50,000 or €100,000 for couples. Providing updated bank statements and financial verification from your Irish accountant, showing you still have private medical insurance that's current and valid, and demonstrating you haven't worked or accessed public services. This renewal process repeats annually for years 2 through 5. Each year before your permission expires, you go through the same process: updated financial documents, accountant certification, proof of insurance, clean record, and so on. The good news is that if you continue to meet all the criteria, renewals are typically straightforward and shouldn't give you problems. After 5 years of successfully maintaining your Stamp 0 permission with annual renewals, you can then apply for a 5-year Stamp 0 permission instead. This means you only have to renew once every 5 years instead of annually, which is much more convenient. You still need to maintain all the same conditions, the financial requirements, health insurance, no working, but the administrative burden is reduced significantly. After 10 years total of living in Ireland on Stamp 0, you become eligible to apply for permanent residency if you wish to stay long-term. This gives you much more stability and flexibility. However, remember that Stamp 0 time does not count towards citizenship eligibility, so if Irish citizenship is your ultimate goal, you'd need to transition to a different immigration permission at some point. Let's talk about healthcare, which is a major consideration for any retiree moving abroad. Ireland has a 2-tier healthcare system with both public and private options. The public healthcare system is excellent and comprehensive, but here's the key thing for Stamp 0 holders: you cannot use the public system. The public healthcare is funded through taxes and social insurance contributions that workers pay, and since you're not working and not paying into the system, you're not entitled to use it. This is why private health insurance is an absolute requirement for your visa. Private healthcare in Ireland is actually quite affordable compared to the United States. Annual premiums for private health insurance typically cost around €1,500 per year, which is about $1,600 USD. Compare that to the $5,000 to $10,000 or more that many Americans pay annually, and it's a significant savings. These policies cover doctor visits, which cost about $50 per consultation if you were paying out of pocket, specialist appointments, hospital stays, surgeries, prescription medications, and emergency care. The coverage is comprehensive. The major private health insurance providers in Ireland that cater well to expats and retirees include VHI Healthcare, which is the largest provider, Laya Healthcare, and Irish Life Health. All 3 offer plans specifically designed for people over 60 and retirees, with options at different price points depending on the level of coverage you want. Private hospitals and clinics in Ireland provide excellent care with modern facilities and well-trained doctors. Waiting times are much shorter in the public system, and you have more choice in terms of specialists and treatment options. Many doctors in Ireland trained in the US or UK, so standards are very high. One thing to note is that emergency services at public hospitals will still treat you in a true emergency, but you'll be billed for it. An emergency room visit costs around €100. That's why having that comprehensive private insurance is so important. It protects you from unexpected medical bills while ensuring you get the care you need. Let's talk about taxes, because this is crucial for your financial planning and budgeting. If you spend more than 183 days per year in Ireland, you become an Irish tax resident. As a tax resident, Ireland taxes you on your worldwide income, not just income earned in Ireland. This means your pensions, social security, investment income, rental income from properties abroad, all of it becomes potentially taxable in Ireland. Irish income tax rates are progressive and range from 20% for lower incomes up to 40% for higher incomes. There's also something called the Universal Social Charge, or USC, which is an additional tax ranging from 0.5% to 8% depending on your income level. Fortunately, retirees on Stamp 0 are generally exempt from PRSI, which is the social insurance contribution, since you're not working. For Americans, and this is really important, you still have to file U.S. tax returns no matter where you live in the world. The United States taxes its citizens on worldwide income regardless of residence. However, there's good news. The U.S. and Ireland have a tax treaty to prevent double taxation. This means you won't pay taxes twice on the same income. You can use the foreign tax credit on your U.S. return to offset taxes paid to Ireland, or in some cases, the foreign earned income exclusion might apply. The mechanics can get complex, so you absolutely need a tax advisor who understands both US and Irish tax law. For your retirement income specifically, different sources are treated differently. Social Security benefits are generally only taxed in the US under the treaty. Private pensions may be taxed in Ireland, but you get credit for those taxes on your US return. Investment income like dividends and capital gains will likely be taxed in Ireland if you're a resident there. Rental income from U.S. properties is typically taxed in both countries, but again, the tax treaty provisions help prevent full double taxation. The structure of your retirement income and how you withdraw from pensions, IRAs, and other accounts can significantly impact your tax liability in both countries. This is why I cannot stress enough: work with an international tax advisor before you make the move. They can help you structure things optimally and avoid costly mistakes. Many people don't realize how complex this can get until they're filing taxes in both countries for the first time. So where should you actually live in Ireland? The country offers incredible variety depending on what kind of lifestyle you want. Dublin is Ireland's vibrant capital city. It offers world-class museums, theaters, restaurants, excellent public transport, and a very international feel with large expat communities. The downside is that Dublin is by far the most expensive place to live in Ireland. A one-bedroom apartment in Dublin city centre can cost €2,500 or more per month, which is substantially higher than other areas. If you want urban amenities and don't mind paying premium prices, Dublin might be for you. Galway is a colorful coastal city on the west coast that perfectly blends urban conveniences with Irish charm. It's famous for its festivals, including the Galway Arts Festival and Galway International Oyster Festival, has a thriving music and pub scene, cobblestone streets in the city center, and stunning coastal scenery nearby, including the Cliffs of Moher. Galway is more affordable than Dublin, while still offering a lively social scene and good healthcare facilities. Cork is Ireland's second largest city in the south, known as the Rebel County. It has a fantastic food scene with the famous English market, a close-knit community feel despite being a city, beautiful harbor areas, and good access to both countryside and coast. Cork offers a nice balance between city amenities and more affordable living compared to Dublin. Limerick is a cultural hub on the River Shannon, with a rich history and a significantly lower cost of living. It's had substantial redevelopment in recent years and offers good facilities while being much more budget-friendly. A one-bedroom apartment in Limerick might cost €1,375 compared to Dublin's €2,500, so you're saving over €1,000 per month on rent alone. And there you have it, your complete guide to retiring in Ireland in 2026. I know this seems like a complex process with a lot of requirements, but thousands of people successfully retire to Ireland every year, and with proper planning and preparation, you absolutely can too. Let me give you a quick recap of the key points. You need Stamp 0 permission, not an actual retirement visa. The financial requirements are €50,000 annually for a single person or €100,000 for a couple, plus that lump sum emergency fund. You must have comprehensive private health insurance with no co-pays or deductibles. An Irish-based accountant must certify all your financial documentation. You cannot work under any circumstances on this visa. Renewals are annual for the first 5 years, then every 5 years after that. And importantly, Stamp 0 time doesn't count toward Irish citizenship, so this is truly for retirement, not a path to becoming Irish. If you found this helpful, please give this video a like and subscribe for more retirement and expat content from around the world. Got questions? Drop them in the comments below. I read every single one, and I love helping people plan their international retirements. Ready to start your Irish adventure? Slánta, and best of luck!